Yo, what's up guys, Arsen here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to become a bass player. Now I know that there's thousands of bass players playing bass, but a lot of people always ask us like how to play bass, how to become a bass player. Now this video is going to be explaining everything that you should know about bass and how to also become a bass player. So just keep up with this video, it's going to be a very informational video and you're going to be enjoying this video as you also want yourself to become a bass player. So let's get straight into the video. Alright guys, let's start off with the number one, which is going to be the outfits, okay? So if you're going to head to the base, you can't be using like newbie outfits or outfits that just not going to represent you as like being a bass player. So let's start off with the outfits that I'm going to show you right here, where it's called don't use. So this outfit over here includes everything that you shouldn't be using in any sort of base outfit that you ever create, okay? So let's start off with the top, which is the white bulletproof helmet. As much as it's very rare to get, do not use white bulletproof helmets on the base because you're one shot on the head with any gun, and also you're very exposed to the nighttime because it's very bright, and base players use only black bulletproof helmets. So do not use white bulletproof helmets, newbie. And let's go to the next one, which is the glasses, okay? The glasses part, do not use like those colorful glasses that I'm over here using. It's an example so you understand not to use it, because base players use only black casual glasses, which is over here at black casual, right over here. You can buy it, by the way, black casual glasses, or you can use like, you know, just gun range glasses. Any gun range glasses over here are tryhards, okay? So if you want to use colorful glasses, use gun range glasses. And also let's go down to the rebreather. So rebreather is obviously for people who play at the city, and mostly they call them like wannabe tryhards, so don't use rebreathers at the base, okay? And okay, let's go to the top section. So the top area, don't use like heavy outfits, because it's just like anything fat for a base outfit is gonna make you look like a noob. Example, if you use like these are fat, okay? Or vests, those are newbie, so don't be using those. If you want to use something, use like black battle vests, like tops, like this, you know what I'm saying? Utility tops is better than putting any sort of vest. So don't use those, okay? And parachutes are for beach players. So if you use a parachute, you're representing beach. So don't be using parachutes either. And let's go to the pants section. Don't use anything fat or colorful. It's gonna not make you look like a bass player. So I would suggest use midnight camo jeans, like these ones over here. Midnight camo fitted jeans. This is gonna make you look like an actual bass player. So then obviously take off the parachute. Then you want to like basically put a black scarf, not a sand looking scarf, which is the tan. Put this because these are like for beach players. So put black over here just like that. And then for shoes, don't use colorful, as again you can use skate shoes. For bass players, we all use skate shoes, okay? So you can just put any sort of skate shoes, and then you can put the gloves, obviously like tacked black gloves. And obviously take off your helmet and put it black color, or any sort of like tan, or these ones. Don't ever use white. And obviously take off the rebreather. I would suggest for mask section. Now here I'll tell you guys the masks that you can use as a bass player. Bass players do not use like animal mask or any stuff like that. Here I'm gonna show you my outfits, and you can get the picture on what sort of mask you can use. This is orange outfit, by the way. So here's another mask that you can be using. This is another sort of ski mask. And then another outfit here, this is another mask you can use with a bulletproof helmet. So these sort of masks are good for bass, but don't be using like other sort of masks because you're just gonna look like newbie, okay? And this one you can also use, balaclavas, you can use those, but don't be using animal or any sort of other black ski mask because you're just gonna look newbie, okay? So here I'm gonna show you an outfit that you can use as an outfit, and it's this one. You can use this. Everything about this, like the shoes, the pants, and everything is here. You can use it. Here are a couple more outfits that you can use and as an example of outfits, so you don't look like a noob. If you want to use joggers, only joggers you can use, black joggers, and that's really it. Don't use any other colorful joggers. Step number 2 is the face paints. All bass players use Halloween face paints, but just in case if you don't have face paints, just example me, I don't have face paints on this account. By the way, the face paints come out in October 31. So what you want to do is just buy the frontal face paint so at least your face with the ski mask is gonna look dark, okay? So it's gonna be like harder to see you and like more tired. So use the frontal face paint and make sure to put like all the way dark color with that kind of looks red, and opacity all the way max, okay? So this should be good. For contacts on the eyes, use demon, possessed, or you can also use the undead, or obviously the zombie one, okay? These are the ones that you can use for eyes. And hairstyle really doesn't matter, but obviously like I just use like my type of hairstyle, just chopped, and that's really that for the face paint. Alright, step number 3 is going to be the tattoos. Obviously, bass players use a lot of tattoos on their body, but the main tattoo that you're going to be needing is the head tattoo called skull. This skull tattoo is really known for being like called the 500 headshot tattoo, because you're going to be needing 500 headshots in order to unlock this tattoo. So if a bass player is using this tattoo, you already know that he's a qualified tryhard. Alright, congratulations, now you fully look like a tryhard as an outfit wise. So if someone sees you, they're gonna be like, hey, he's a tryhard. Now, step number 4, we're gonna go straight to the bass. Now, at this point, we're gonna be talking on how to exactly become a bass player, not just by the looks of it, okay? So what you really wanna do is go to the internet on your phone, pull up your phone, go to the internet, and then you wanna go to right over here where it says like money and services. And then you want to go to foreclosures, and you want to go to enter site, and then you want to go hover over here, and you want to buy this bunker. Okay, it doesn't really matter how you buy the exactly bunker and stuff like that, but what you really just want to make sure is that you have the gun locker, because we're going to be needing it, and then just obviously like somewhere that you can sleep, like personal quarters and stuff like that. So you're going to be needing these two things. So you can obviously go to hover over the interaction menu, go to spawning locations, and put your spawning location into Lego Zancudo bunker. So if you ever want to play base over here, which is basically over here, you're gonna want to like put your spawning location over here to the closest area, which is at the bunker, get your MOC, and just drive over here, which is where base players play. Alright, so as you buy the bunker, the second main thing you're going to be needing is the MOC, because you're going to be having to get the MOC from here and drive it to over here, which is the base area, right over here on the map, exactly. So you're going to be wanting to also buy the MOC. The MOC can be purchased in the Warstock Cash and Carry right over here. Right now it's 4th July, so you can definitely get your MOC for a cheap price, okay? So as you buy the MOC, you can now finally head to the bunker, okay? So let's go to the bunker now. Alright, step number 6, we're gonna be putting our spawning location into Lego Zancudo bunker, and what you want to do is to always make a lobby for playing base, is go hover over like online and go to creator, and just basically as you spawn into the creator, you want to go back into making an invite only session, which is also going to be spawning you in your bunker. There you go. Alright, step number 7 is the gun locker that I was talking about. Now I'm going to be showing you the guns that you should be only using, okay? So obviously the gun locker is going to be right over here, so which is really comfortable right when you wake up. So what you want to need is basically just hide every sort of like meal weapon. So basically once you go over here, you don't see like a lot of meal weapons. Only meal weapon I would say that is quite tryhard and probably gonna be you're gonna need is the knife, okay? Besides that, let's go to the pistol section. Now you should exactly hide everything that you can see over here besides the heavy revolver, because heavy revolver is the only one-shot weapon that you should be having in your pistols area. And second thing that we should be focusing on is the machine guns. Alright, so for the machine guns, only machine gun that is good and that you should be having is combat MG, okay? Let's go to rifles. Hide everything. Literally is exactly how I did it. Hide all, because you don't need any sort of AR. ARs are not good for base, okay? And let's go to shotguns. Now for shotguns, only shotgun that is good is obviously the explosive MK2 shotgun, so only keep that shotgun, okay? And let's go to snipers. Only sniper you should be having is MK2 heavy sniper, okay? No other sniper is good, especially the marksman. And let's go to heavy weapons. Now it's optional, but it's up to you, okay? You can use grenade launcher, homing launcher, and you can also use the RPG. but RPG is optional. Example, for me, I don't use RPG, but a lot of people also use RPGs. Totally fine if you want to use RPG. And last option is explosive. Only thing you should keep over here is sticky bombs, okay? So after you get your like weapon loadout, just like how I have, and just hide every other sort of gun, so in your, you know, weapon wheel you don't see like useless guns that whilst you're playing base it just, you know, bothers you. Just keep your gun locker just like how I am, and then you can also cycle through interaction menu, and right over here where it says disable custom loadout, weapon loadout, right there, and then put it on, and it should always be on, so you obviously don't get bothered. Alright guys, step number 8 is gonna be 3 things you should know about the MOC that a lot of players somehow don't actually know. So I'm gonna go a little bit easy. Obviously gonna be the fastest, the transport vehicle to the base that you also can buy ammo afterwards, which is gonna be the MK2 ammo that you're gonna be needing. Out of the Avenger and Terabyte, MOC is gonna be the fastest option. Second thing is obviously over here that a lot of people don't know somehow. It's the gun locker. Just in case if you want to fix up your gun setup, just like how I, you know, talked about like just a little bit earlier, it's over here. Just click right on the D-pad and you'll be able to fix your gun setup. And also if you're in your, you know, mate's MOC, they can also fix up their gun setup in your own MOC, or if you're in their MOC. And third thing is gonna be the MOC parking lot. Now we're gonna be getting this MOC and we're gonna drive it right to the base. Alright, we just spawned in here and we're gonna be driving to the parking lot. This is gonna be step number 9, which is gonna be the parking lot for the ammo refilling transport vehicles, aka the MOC or Terabyte. Usually, also can be Avenger. Usually base players that really want it comfortable, also where, you know, the grenade launchers or the rockets don't damage the, you know, the ammo refilling thing, like example the MOC, they park it right over on the street, and it's also close to the base. And if you don't want it over here, which you want it to be more close or maybe more secure, example where I always put, it's also over here to this waterway area. Make sure the area is flat, so the blue circle over here will be spawned in just like that, and you obviously will be able to get into your gun and, you know, buy the ammo. Another last area is obviously at the top, but it's more likely an area where people just buy the ammo as they request their MOC. It's gonna be spawning over here. Alright, so these are the areas that you can park your MOC, and therefore you'll be able to play base without getting your MOC damaged, or maybe just bothering the base by obviously the grenade launcher killing not the player but actually shooting the MOC. Step number 10 is going to be you calling Lester, and also tell your opponent or your mate to obviously call Lester as well. This is going to be making base without lag or obviously without cops. If you call Lester, there's this option where it says cops turn blind eye. Obviously base is all about explosives and shooting a lot, so definitely call Lester, and if you have money you can purchase this option where it says $5,000 and you won't be getting cops for 3 minutes straight.
Okay, I will take care of it.
And if your opponent also does it, you won't get cops, and your base 1v1 or 2v2 or whatever it is won't be bothered. And then you guys can both exit the MOC, and as obviously you invite MOC, the base will be clear and you guys are ready. Alright, step number 11. So before the 1v1 starts, what you want to do is tell your opponent to kill yourself the time you and him or her, whatever, you're supposed to kill yourself at the same time, okay? So I'm gonna be like right now, just ready, and kill yourself now. You both need to kill yourself at the same time, so that there's no advantage or disadvantage where when you're about to spawn in. So you both spawn in at the same time and you both are ready. Alright, so that's gonna be the step number 11. Alright, step number 12. Also, if you want to become a base player, you need to understand the rules of being a base player. When you're at the base right over here, you cannot use no vehicles, okay? When you're fighting, There's no vehicles that you should be using, okay? So no vehicles can be used in whilst you're playing base. By the way, you or your opponent should never use CO. So definitely retire from CO. You should never be able to use COs or BST or Ghost Organization or none of that whilst you're playing base, okay? None of that. And also another thing you shouldn't be using is getting off the map. So as you spawn in, you're like, hey, I'm away from the base. The base spawns are always going to be forcing you to spawn around this circle, okay? So that's the good thing about base. It's not like beach or anything like city. Base, the map itself forces you to stay in the area where you're supposed to compete. But if you ever decide to like walk away from the base and then fight like this, don't do that, okay? Go back to the base. There's no getting off the map. So that's dirty, okay? So you should be always fighting in the zone area where you're at the base. But obviously, the great part about base is that the spawns itself will force you back into the base. Whether you go from a little bit away or maybe you come back. It's always going to be the same good. All the spawns that are forced and very good. Step number 13. Don't ever buy the LSI hangar that is close by at the base. Basically, if you buy the foreclosure hangars over here, the 3 hangars, either one of these 3 hangars, if you buy them, your spawning locations and your spawns at the base are going to be messed up. What I was saying just a little earlier about how your spawns are back to the base, the GTA is just forcing you to spawn back from each EOs and killing yourself, you'll be spawning back to it. It won't happen. You'll spawn to the hangar area. So don't buy the hangar over here. Buy the hangar right over here, okay? Buy one of these 2 hangars. So the spawns over here won't be messed up, okay? If you see that the base is lagging, there's a lot of cars blowing up and stuff like that, don't play base just right away like that, okay? There's this thing called RC reset, and I'll explain what RC reset is. So what you want to do is go third person to full view just like this, not first person, not one view, not second view, go third view. And then what you want to do is click the RC Bandito, and you'll be able to reset base by going to the end of the tunnel, just like how I'm going to show you guys right now. And what this going to do is it's going to fix the FPS lag. So the way it's going to fix FPS lag, if you have any sort of FPS lag, if you play on PS4 and stuff like that, it's going to fix the lag by basically you just like driving away and you're going to click one button and you're going to teleport back, which is going to be the triangle for console, and all that lag, all the cars are just going to be despawned, and there's not going to be any sort of lag at the base, okay? So you just want to drive right over here by the end of the tunnel, and you want to click triangle, you'll get out of the RC, and you'll spawn exactly back to the base, alright? So there's no cars, everything is being cleared up, and there you can play base without no lag and stuff like that. But if you ever play base, don't use the RC as a killing method. The only times you can use RC in general is just to reset the base and make it clear. That's all, alright? Don't use it for any other reasons. And now you can play base. You want to make sure that you always play base on first person. Base players don't play on third person, okay? Base players always play on first person. So don't use any sort of things besides first person view. So if you're playing base and then you just see like your opponent's like killing yourself a lot and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that you need to just stay alive when the cops are just shooting you and then making the base laggy. If you see cops or military coming through, just kill yourself. So maximum spawns before like cops come by, it's probably gonna be like 4 or 5 spawns that you can just like stay alive. Like example, this is 1 spawn. And then I killed myself. Shoot nades, kill myself. Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Don't stay alive for too long, because obviously if you're staying alive by too long and shooting rockets, the cops are going to be coming up and they're going to make the base spawns laggy. They're going to make it like weird spawns where you just like probably kill yourself here and then somehow you just spawn behind. Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So don't stay spawned in for too long. Keep killing yourself, okay? Putting that in my video. Alright, so let's say I'm playing base, right? And then my ammo is gone, and then I can't kill. So, how do I let my opponent or my friends just know that, yo, my ammo's gone, I want to go buy some ammo, don't kill me? So what base players do all the time is they basically just start up an MC. So if you see your opponent start up an MC, that means don't shoot me no more. Like, let me go buy my ammo, you know what I'm saying? So if you see them, like, go MC, they obviously gonna go MC as well, just to show that, you know, they're buying ammo as well. Because obviously if your ammo is low, most likely their ammo is going to be low by that time as well. So if you see them register as an MC, this means that they are basically going to be requesting their Terabyte, Avenger, or MOC, and just simply go to their, you know, service and just buy some ammo to refill their ammo that has been used at the base by the MK2, you know what I'm saying? You're probably like, hey, I just gotta buy this ammo, but I still don't know what score are we gonna be playing to. Alright, so the most known scores that base players play up to is firstly 10 is the shortest, and then 15, 20, and last number is 25. The longest you should normally play someone at base is 25 kills, but obviously if you want to play longer, it's really up to you. It's optional. Just, you know, you can just message your partner from GTA phone, be like, hey, let's play to 25, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's okay with you, but that's really up to you. Now is the settings. So a lot of base players that are starting to play base also have like fast sensitivity. They're like, hey, I'm gonna just, you know, cop my favorite YouTubers settings. No, don't do that, because it's not gonna be helping you. I myself use slow sensitivity, so don't hesitate to use slow sensitivity. Example, put your first person aim and acceleration, look around and acceleration, you know, speed into slow, like just like this. It's all good if you have 2 bars and then all max. These sensitivity right now, what I'm using right now is slow, considered slow, because all these really doesn't matter. Example, the last one is everything that it matters. So definitely put this slow and you'll be able to spam rockets, spam nades, and all of that. So that's number 17 step. Alright guys, now we're going to be hovering over to the last step, which is the 20th step, and it's about the spawns. Now the spawns are very important at the base, because you're going to want to learn the spawns to be able to keck people at the base, because base is all about spawn when it comes to trying to take an advantage of being aware where your spawn of the player is going to be at, so you can obviously shoot it and, you know, get a keck. If you guys don't know what keck is, it's basically shooting a spawn before a player spawns in, so basically spawn trapping them, and then they spawn in while they're flying in the air, and then you just finish the kill. So that's why you need to learn all the spawns at the base. Now if I keep killing myself, you guys will notice that every time I kill myself, I will keep on spawning in areas that I placed this point of interest at, and that's because I know the spawns in a 1v1 scenario. So I'm just trying to help you guys by looking at the spawns right now, and you actually see that where I'm spawning in is most likely where exactly the point of interest is at. So definitely take a look at the spawns at the point of interest that I've placed, and you will learn a lot about the spawns and where the player is supposed to spawn in as they kill themselves at the base. And if you want more tips about the spawns and stuff like that, check out my description. I'm going to be leaving a link where I also made a video about demonstrating the spawns at the base. It's basically a video where I show you like how to control, how to force, and how to maintain a skill at the base on how to control the spawns. Basically, it's a very good video to demonstrating. I'm basically demonstrating the spawns at the base, and it's going to be helping you to be able to force and control the spawns at the base. So definitely watch that video, leave a like on that video, and also leave a like on this video if it helped you into becoming a base player with every way possible, with every way step as well. And yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the description. And if you also have any questions, definitely leave them in the comment section, and I'll be reading them and replying it to you, so I can also help you to become a base player. Also, if you want more tips, definitely watch montages of people playing base, and also just streams. Streams will help you a lot to learn spawns, and you will know where a player is supposed to spawn in as they kill themselves. So yeah, just take a screenshot of this map so you know the spawns more better. By the way, just an additional tip to this video: if you want to find base players just like you that you want to practice with, or just verse, just go to public lobbies and just check their PSN Xbox bios, and just look for like bios that have like, hey, I'm a base player, you know, just base player or #1 base player, whatever, and just message them and be like, hey, run it up at the base though. Yo, thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate if you watch till the end, because this is probably one of the longest videos that I've created. But the only reason I've also created this video, like, and also put so much like effort into it, because I know that there's hella thousands of bass players playing bass every day, and even more players be asking like, hey, what is bass, like what is KEK and all this, right? So I hope this video just explained you everything and how about bass and also how to play it. So just leave a like on the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.